Hello everybody, this is Samantha Jayne. Very cold and wet because it's horrible weather here. Samantha Jayne, I'm just jumping on. I'm going to give you a moment or two. I've jumped on a tiny bit early to give you some time to jump on the live. If you are watching this live in the Facebook group, in my tribe, remember you're going to need to give StreamYard permission to show me your name because I'm sat in a separate app as I bring this to you. If you are watching it on replay, then remember to hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Leave a comment, let me know if it's helped you, and I'd love to know where you are in the world. Remember, if you're commenting, all I'm seeing is this right now. All right, so there is a need for you to click to give StreamYard permission if you would like me to acknowledge you as you jump on. So where are we at? It is the 9th of August. How are you all doing? Has it been quite a powerful weekend, if not week, for you all? Hi, Alan. Nice to see you tuning in. Have you survived? I hope so. Hi, Fiona. Lovely to see you all tuning in. Keep those comments coming. Right then, so obviously, I'm sure you're aware, I shared quite a few posts about it. I hope you feel I gave you enough information without overloading you. I hate overloading people with all the energies that we have been walking through. You know that we're in a new month. Hi, Yvonne. You know that we are in a new month. You know that we are in new energies, and I have been sharing this new moon energy with you guys. And obviously the Lionsgate energy as well. So what a lot of energy. But the Lionsgate is very much aligning you and putting you through ascension, what we call ascension, which is basically clearing karmic energy, clearing the energy that is holding you back. High Dawn. So a lot of people will be seeing situations that need to shift, need to change. This one is very much about work roles. So like myself, I know exactly where I need to now up my game in my work because it's time. And, you know, that is that healing work as well as all of this. I'm not dropping this, but I have this new way of moving forwards within my healing work, which has been in the pipeline for many years. So a lot of people watching this may have had very clear paths on what they thought their purpose was, what their work was, what their role is, who over the last the last week and continuing for the next week are going to have it become clearer and clearer that they came here to do specific things as part of that work, part of that business, part of that role. If that is you, drop me a comment. Remember, you need to click on the StreamYard to give it permission to show me your names. So we've got all of that energy going on. We're still in it. It has been exhausting. Look at the state of me, from the downloads, the upgrades, the downloads, the shifting, the changing, the clearing, the lack of sleep, the journaling. You name it, we have been doing it. And it has taken its toll. And as always, I always point out to people, if you're going through massive, massive energy shifts like that, then your physical body is always the last thing to catch up. So keep that in mind. If your body is tired, let it rest. If you need to eat healthy food, eat the healthy food. But what I think most people need is sleep and water at this point in time. Now, yesterday as well, this new moon energy came in, and that is in Leo. And again, it's another powerful energy. So you add all that purpose, all that karmic purpose and drive and work energy, and then you plonk into the mix this new beginnings, these new goals as well, and you've got all of that energy going on. Hi, Kath. But what we have also got is this focus on our own lives in terms of our romantic lives, our creative projects, the hobbies we do, the things we do in our downtime. Hi, Sharon. And our children, our family, our home, all of that. Leo is about feeling at home. Leo loves to be at home. Leo is about home and family. So all of that will come into play as well. And that's, as I say, that started yesterday. I'd be recommending you to be meditating. I would be recommending you to spend time at home. If you don't feel at home in your life, then you certainly need to be addressing that. You need to be dealing with that. And that will be very, very strong this week. If your home is not a home, you're going to know it. You're going to feel it. So get focused on beginnings that take you into that home space, into that home energy. Hi, Wendy. It is a time for self-expression, but it's also a time for caring and being warm and being active and loving and kind. But however, it is always going to be about looking after you so that you can then take care of others as well. So we really are in a season as well where our inner child should be awakening. We should be having a little bit more fun in life. We should be playing a little bit more, which I think is a good thing to be trying to do, though not in this weather. After all this heavy energy, keep that high vibe, keep playful, have fun. If you're in that high vibe and fun and playful energy, you're going to recover much better from any shifts or changes that have gone on. So it is a time to make plans. It is a time to make plans for fun. It is a time to be bringing in changes into your life that create space for that fun. All right. And it's just, you know, some people may feel a little bit rebellious in that as well. But just remember, it is about having fun. Some people will be wiping the slate clean and starting fresh, starting over and being very playful within that. Today, not the best of days to be starting a new relationship, but it certainly is one where we could be seeing disappointments connected to relationships. I would expect people to this week be disappointed with new relationships or that they didn't go into the new relationships. However, this is about not allowing ourselves to be drained by the partners we are with. So if that is you, if you are in a new relationship and there is a struggle within it, I would say to you, look at the energy transferal. Look at how you are supporting each other or not supporting each other. Are you in a relationship with someone who is draining you, or is it you, in fact, the person who is draining the other person? Because there is this need to be aware of that. Be very mindful of how your energies interact together and how you're moving forward. That may be why any new relationships do not get off to a good start right now. All right. But, you know, we have to be open to nothing being certain in life. You know, life is ever changing, and especially the times we are in right now, we have to be growing. We have to be pursuing our own paths of purpose. And if your relationships are not supporting that, and if your relationships are not creating you that safe space to fall in, that home energy, that sanctuary energy, then you could have some difficulties this week. Or you could have those gaps in your relationship truly highlighted to you and brought home to you. It's not a good day for business today either. And it's also because we're feeling drained. We've not got the energy for business particularly. We have and we haven't. So it's not something to power up and start something really, really new. It's more a day to be sorting out all that back office stuff that you do and just tweaking your offers, tweaking your deals, tweaking what you are about with all this new energy and information that is coming in. Now, when we get to the 11th, it's very much about how we speak, how we think, and what is important to us, and how we speak and think about those things. Is this helping you so far? I'm rattling off a lot of information very quickly because I want to get as much in as possible as I can. So is this helping you? Drop me a comment and let me know if this is resonating with you already. Let me know if you can feel these energies coming in. Because when we get to the 11th, it is time to analyze and decide what is actually useful and what is right in our lives. What is impractical, what is not working, what does not belong. And that will be in our businesses, of course, but it will also be in our home lives. What are the habits, the patterns, the behaviors that are not working for you in your home life? Pay attention to that from the 11th until the 30th. These are the things that are going to be under the spotlight. However, watch for overanalyzing if that is you. Watch for overthinking. Watch for triggering yourself into anxiety because you just get lost in all the details, lost in all the thinking, overthinking, wanting to know the ins and outs of a duck's ass when the duck doesn't even have an ass. You know, it's one of those. Be very careful for looking for things that hide on it, looking for things that are not there through this overanalyzing. Because what it's about really is recognizing, that's okay, Kay. It's about recognizing what is easy. Hi, Charmian rather. Recognizing my brain. What is flowing easily in your life where you feel at home with it and what is not. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. How I've said that. I'm not sure if I'm talking backwards today. But what it is about the need to express that, to express what is working in your life and what is not, and how you think about things. So it is about the processes that we are all in this week, but it's not just business processes, it's personal life processes and home, how we operate, how we do home life, you know. Are you doing everything and no one else is doing anything? You know, are the scales tipped and it's working against you instead of for you? All of these things could come to light, as I say, between the 11th and the 30th. So it really is a time this week where we need to be very careful for not losing perspective on things through that overthinking and drowning in anxiety and detail. Watch for that. Great week to be meditating, great week to be pulling back into yourself, doing that centering exercise I shared with you all again. It's a great time for all of that. But it is about dealing with things that are not helping you in your flow, that are not keeping you in balance. I mean, we all go out of balance to find a new balance, don't get me wrong. But often what it's about is, do you feel comfortable with this? Are you at home with this? Is this actually right? Or is it time for a change, time for a shift? Done a lot of readings today on relationships ending in between my coaching work. And, you know, you have to be happy, but happiness comes from feeling safe and secure and at home, don't you think? A lot of it at times. Now, that comes from within us. If that is lacking in your world, then it is lacking within you as well. But often the outer is reflecting what is going on the inside. So just be mindful that if your relationships are struggling right now, is it a new thing? Or actually, is this an old pattern reoccurring? Because if it is new, then it is your sense of security is being pulled out of you for you to deal with, for you to sort. Make sense? However, the moon energies are bringing in this need for us to look at what isn't working and patterns. So some relationships will strengthen through recognizing, do you know what, it's me, I'm bringing my own shit to the table and I need to deal with that. Other relationships may be hitting this wall because the other people are just not there for them and making them feel safe and secure within that connection. Let me know if that resonates with you. Don't forget, this is what I'm seeing. If you do not give StreamYard permission to show me your name because I'm sat on an app in their studio, as it were, then that's all I'm seeing. That's why I'm not acknowledging you. So I'm not being rude, lovelies. So I'm going to switch over to the tarot now and help you, hopefully, with a little bit more guidance and insight there. Don't forget to tag other members of the tribe if they are in need of listening to this. Right then, let's see what else they will give me this week. Let me see. A lot of energy, a lot going on. I mean, we're still feeling it, aren't we? We're still in the download mode. We've got a few more days yet. We've still got downloading. We've still got these upgrades of energy. it's into the throat, it's into the third eye. You know, we've all got headaches. I'm a bit like that myself by the end of the day. Love, love, love what I do, but I'm working with a new flow of energy. It's faster than ever before. I'm struggling to stay slower in my speech. Yeah, we've got all of that going on. So it's still going on. This is creating work, but don't make it hard work, if you understand what I mean by that. So just be mindful of the journey. Stop focusing on an end result and how you think things should be by now, and instead be focusing on the journey that you are in, the process. Remember, I said you've got to be looking at the processes. There is a need as well for some people to recognize that there aren't the challenges they think there. They're not really there. Look again, use your wisdom, use your know-how. If you don't feel you've got it, seek someone who has. Seek someone who can help you right now. But remember that because of all this information coming in, a lot of us really do need to rest. I posted up an energy alert this morning into my tribe saying, today is not the day to make big decisions, but it is a day to know that they are coming. So do your research, do your knowledge, do your thinking, do your feeling. But there is a lot of people feeling very, very hurt right now, or over-challenged, overwhelmed, overstretched, and they need to find a way out, but they can't see it because it all just feels too challenging. Look again, there are new ways to walk forwards, but what you really need to be doing is resting. You need to rest and allow your body and mind to adjust to everything that is going on. When it comes to work, you may be experiencing negativity with other people, again, because of all of these energies squeezing us and shifting us and changing us. Stay focused on your vision, stay focused on your version of success and what you need to do. Your future is in your hands right now, nobody else's. So keep that in mind. When it comes to love and relationships, destiny is so at play right now. It really is, with new opportunities and also like communication going on. There's a need to drop guard and let communication flow, whether it is with existing partners or potential partners. Allow that communication state to come in. Drop your guard. Stop feeling the need to protect yourself. Speak your truth, but listen to the other person's truth as well. Or listen to them. And, you know, sometimes I say listen to what is being said and then listen to what is not being said. And then you'll have your vision of the truth. Spiritually, you probably know I'm going to say this, it's about your gifts. It's about your gifts. It's about what you bring to this world. What do you bring to the table? How do you serve others? All of that is here. And spiritually, a lot of people will have a lot of decisions to make, and there will be a lot of new paths taken spiritually as well. It doesn't have to just be work aspects for people like myself. It can just be about taking paths which are better for your soul. Yeah, remember that feeling of home, that feeling of self-care and love. Charmian's feeling all of that. So drink lots of water, lovely. Drink lots of water, sleep if you can. I'm having crazy dreams. Anyone else having crazy dreams? Write dreams if that is you. Lots of communication dreams, constant numbers. Love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. But I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you that I'm not tired from it. I mean, look at me. But you know what? I would not change this for the world. All right, I seriously would not change this for the world, because I'm loving what I'm feeling coming in and where we go from here. But I would encourage you to embrace it, and embracing it means allowing the energy to go through you and go through your life to shift you to where you need to be. There's a lot of challenge going on as well within this energy this week, but if you look closely, it's other people's issues and drama. So be very careful how much of that challenge energy you take with you, you own. Don't be taking on other people's issues, baggage, drama, so in such a way that it holds you back from walking forwards into your life victoriously right now. Whatever you are facing, you have absolutely got this. I assure you, I assure you, I assure you, you have got this. You just might be looking in the wrong direction, or I actually need to put rose tinted glasses on you, or I need to rip them things off your face for you to get real right now. Because the reality that you are in is shifting and changing. It has to. It has to, if you want things to change. The people who are struggling will be people who are white knuckling and living life through fear. If you look around you, you will see that in the things that people are posting, things that people are saying, where tempers are going, all of this. This is a season to let go of your old world energy and step into that new world. That is the promised land, as we say. That is where the good stuff comes in. But your energy field has to shift. Your mindset has to shift. Your expectations of others and yourself has to change. So the question would be, are you ready? Are you actually ready for this? And I hope a lot of you are going to comment with yes. So I'm here to support you. I'm here to guide you, steer you as much as I can through the coming weeks, through the coming years. I have been doing this for years now, I've come to realize. But know that sometimes we have to let go of what is familiar, what is our comfort zone, to build a whole new world and a whole new comfort zone. I would say to you, get excited. Enjoy this energy. Don't be frightened of it. This is a good energy. The more you're feeling it, then the more you are ready at a soul level, even if the mind, the ego, is struggling to entertain it. So if you need help, you know where to find me. Needapsychic.co.uk. Readings are always for entertainment purposes only. And as always, I'm going to say, if you're watching this, whether it's on replay or live, take from it what resonates with you. But I do leave it online for you to come back and look at it again and again, because sometimes we're not ready to hear things and we need to move further in our journey through the week before we will listen and actually hear what has been said. Have an amazing week. I would love you to keep commenting through the week and let me know how it is going, so I know how I can serve you better next week. Have a powerful one. I'm off to write something now. No rest for the wicked. Have fun, lovelies. Bye-bye.